we're finally ready to run payroll and pay our employees. To do that, select Employees, Pay Employees, and then either decide whether it's going to be a scheduled payroll or an unscheduled payroll. A scheduled payroll is one that we know about, such as a biweekly paycheck or a weekly paycheck. An unscheduled payroll is something that you want to do on the fly, such as a bonus check. For now, we'll select Scheduled Payroll, and QuickBooks actually tells me what payroll schedule I need to create. In fact, this one's here and it's showing me that it's overdue. Now, a lot of these dates are going to be off because I'm working on a sample company file. Now, this one's already started, so I'm going to choose Resume Scheduled Payroll. If it wasn't started, it would simply say Start Scheduled Payroll. This is the one that I want to click because it's scheduled. It's a bi-weekly payroll schedule. I'm going to click Continue with this prompt. It's just letting me know that the paycheck dates are all screwed up, and that's because I'm working on a company file that sets its date way ahead to the future. To do payroll, there's 3 steps. You enter in the payroll information, that is the hours they worked and any overtime, sick, and vacation hours. You review the information, and then finally, you just get those checks to the employees. The first thing that we need to do is decide who's getting a check. I can uncheck any employee that I don't want to pay that week. In this case, I'll leave all 3 of them checked off. Their regular pay fills in. Now this is for hours worked. You can see here that it's a bi-weekly paycheck schedule, so that's why it's showing up as 80 hours. I can fill in all their hours. For example, if she had 72 hours of regular pay and 8 hours of sick, I can fill those in, click Tab to move between fields, and go until all my employees' hours are accounted for. I also need to decide when the pay period ends and when the check date is going to be. So remember, the pay period will end and the check date could be a few additional days later. Lastly, I need to decide which bank account that money is coming out of. In this case, I only have one checking account set up, so it's going to come out of that one. When I'm done, I can click the blue Continue button in the bottom right, and now I can print checks from QuickBooks, or I can assign any check numbers to handwritten checks. In this case, I'll print paychecks from QuickBooks. When I'm done, click Create Paychecks. I can see here all the totals that were going to come in. For example, any gross pay, taxes that QuickBooks has already calculated to come out, any additional deductions such as healthcare or dental, any contributions that they're making, and again, the total hours. Now, if any user has direct deposit set up, I need to place a checkbox in the direct deposit field. Finally, I can click the blue Create Paychecks button. QuickBooks is going to tell me that I've successfully created those 3 paychecks. And because I didn't place a checkbox next to direct deposit, there's 0 labeled for direct deposit and 3 for printing. So finally, if I've told QuickBooks that I want to print the checks myself, I can click Print Paychecks. It works just the same way that printing other checks do. However, if I use a third-party payroll service, I can click Print Pay Stubs. This will simply print a stub because my money is handled by the other company, or they chose direct deposit. I'll click Close, and my paychecks are done. I can X out, and I'm all done. I paid my employees, and everything's handled within QuickBooks.